the damage to normal cells. So here you can see, that is, the cancerous originates in the cell cycle division, which divide infinitely. So this is a cancerous cell. You can see a cancerous cell. And these all are normal cells. Okay. And this cancerous cells is dividing rapidly. You can see the division of rapidly. Okay. Due to this division of rapidly. And cancer can be treated by surgery, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, immunotherapy, monoclonal antibodies. Like this, there are many different methods. And the treatment depends on the location and the stage of the disease and the age of a particular person. Okay. Like this, the treatment depends. Okay, for example, if you take surgery, by removing the tumors by using surgery. Like, for example, if you take mastectomy for breast cancer, prostatectomy for prostate cancer in males, radiation therapy by using various rays, that is ultraviolet rays, X-rays, to kill the cancerous cells and shrink tumors. Okay. And this radiation therapy, which will target the specific tissues like tumors or the damaged cells. Okay. So here, if you come to radiation therapy, it is used for solid tumors, including the cancers of brain, breast, cervix, lungs, motor. Okay. Even it can be used to leukemia and lymphoma. And the dose of radiation depends upon the lot of factors, that is the sensitivity of the person and the type of cancer and the location. So here you can see, these are the radiations which will release target, that is nanoparticles. Okay. So which will affect, that is, which will attack on the targeted cells, that is nothing but the cancerous cell. And next is cancer immunotherapy. So which refers to, that is a diverse strategic one. Okay. So in this cancer immunotherapy, when you come to contemporary methods, so which include the injecting interferons. Interferons means nothing but the proteins which will protect which are released from viral infections, which protect normal healthy cells. And cytokines to induce immune response in renal cells. Renal cells means the kidney cells. Okay. Vaccines to generate specific immune responses. So like this, there are immunotherapy. Here you can see T-cell immunotherapy. So the T-cell is taken from the patient. So it is polyclonal activation is done. After process, electroporation and adding of drugs. Okay. Now it is injected into this patient. Okay. It is called T-cell immunotherapy. And there is hormonal therapy. When there is an hormonal imbalance, like for example in breast and prostate cancer. Okay. So in such type of cases, the hormones like which progestrogens, like if you take the breast cancer, the progestrogens may be useful to treat one. So here you can see LH, luteinizing hormone, adrenocorticoid stimulating hormone. So the testicles. So where we use hormones, that is in like breast cancer, prostate cancer. Chemotherapy means by using drugs of various categories like anti-cancer drugs. So which will interfere with cell division. Okay. So generally if you take leukemia, the blood cancer, lymphomas use the chemotherapy and radiation. So here you can see the drugs which are used which will interfere with the cell division. That is, apoptosis means programmed cell death. Okay. Every cell has a predefined cell death. Okay. These are different proteins which are involved in this. Okay. Where these drugs or radiation will stimulate this activation of the apoptosis. Okay. So till now what we discussed is the what we call the AIDS and cancer, which are the treatment is very difficult and there is no complete cure. So which we should be careful. So now we will discuss about the drugs. What are these drugs? So drugs means, it doesn't mean that it is only the harmful one. Drugs means the medicines which we use. When we use them in limited doses, that is in predefined or prescribed doses, they are medicine. If we use beyond this one, the overdose, which will cause harm. Like for example, if you take opioids, this is opioids. So which will affect our nervous system. Okay. And these opioids are extracted from this plant, that is Papaver somniferum. It is extracted from papaver plant. And this is structure of opioid. Okay. And when you come to cannabinoids, this is another group of drug which has come from, that is cannabis sativa, okay, which will affect our cardiovascular system. In general, it is called marijuana, hashish, karas, ganja. And the structure of this is the cannabinoids. This is the structure of cannabinoids. Okay. And these are the leaves of cannabis sativa from which the cannabinoids are extracted. Cocaine, it is extracted from erythroxylon cocoa, which will stimulate the nervous system, and it is taken by smoking. So we have discussed about opioids, cannabinoids and cocaine drugs. And there are few drugs which will cause hallucination, that is they are called hallucinogens. Hallucinogens means they give a false imagination and which will give a feeling of all is well. And these are extracted from Atropa belladonna, Dathra species. And even the lysergic acid diethylamide, which is extracted from fungus, it is also one hallucinogen which will cause hallucination. And next, another danger one, that is the more harmful one, is nicotine, which is extracted from tobacco, which will stimulate adrenaline and increase the secretion of adrenaline, which leads to lung cancer, bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart diseases. Okay. So nowadays, when you take the drugs, the drug abuse has come into a lot of issue. The people, that is the present, the younger one who are between age 12 to 18 years, that is adolescence period, where the child becomes mature. In such type of people, there is a lot of drug abuse. So why there is a lot of drug abuse during adolescence? Why? Because they have more curiosity, adventures, to do adventures, excitement, experimentation, stress. pressure from peers as well as in examination pressure. To overcome this, they come addicted to drugs. Not only these people, even the sports people are also using drugs to increase their efficiency, and which will show different effects in male and females. So when sports persons use drugs, not only adolescents, even sports persons will use drugs. Drug abuse is there, which will affect the males and females separately, which may affect their sexual behavior, the structure of the body, okay, the underdevelopment of the reproductive parts. These are different effects of drugs when they use in males and females. So generally, adolescent people are more curious, and as they mature, they become mature, they show, due to bubbling of hormones, they have more curiosity, excitement. At the same time, they have pressure and stress from their peers as well as to examination. What are the effects of these drugs? Even alcohol is one of the bad habit, that is alcohol abuse, along with drug, that is if you take alcohol abuse. Alcohol will affect liver. Most of the alcohol is absorbed by liver, which lead to cirrhosis. So liver becomes non-functional. So what are the effects of a drug or alcohol abuse in individual? That is reckless behavior, mischief, violence, decrease in academic performance, depression, psychological issues, aggressiveness, like this, many things will come. Okay. So like this, the drug effects, even it leads to, even they may take money from their parents without the knowledge of their parents. They'll get habituated to stealing, theft. So to purchase the drugs, they will be habituated. So how to control this? To control the drug abuse, so we should avoid peer pressure, counseling and education. Take help from teachers and parents. Peers means friends. Take from the psychologists, professional and medical help, so that they overcome the drug addiction. So nowadays, drug addiction has become a big issue, where most of the youngsters are addicted to drugs, and many of them are going for the treatment of drug addiction. During treatment of drug addiction, there will be symptoms like nausea, vomiting sensations, shakiness, like this will be there during when they are getting de-addicted to drugs. So how to prevent this? That is, taking the help of teachers, parents, professional help, avoiding peer pressure, lot of stress, reducing the stress. This all will help the adolescent people to protect from the drug addiction. So this is about the drugs which we discussed, the different types of drugs, the drug abuse, alcohol abuse, the different types of drugs like nicotine, opioids, cannabinoids, and next that is cocaine, which will affect the nervous system, cardiovascular system. And when you take nicotine, it will increase the secretion of adrenaline, it will affect what we call even the respiratory system. So thank you all. We'll meet in the next session. Follow us on social media.